welcome to a special Christmas episode of The Night Gordon with Samuel Gordon. This episode first aired in December, sometime in the mid-1930s. It was broadcast in the direct wake of Samuel and Blenheimor's escape from the clutches of Dalton Sullivan at Dolly Dreckelhuber's Ace of Fives Emporium. Listen now as we hear exactly what happened in the aftermath of that episode. There are also lots of festive shenanigans as we reopen A Christmas Night Gordon. With Samuel Gordon, how on earth does he still forget to mention me when I'm the me in the name of the Night Gordon with me, Samuel Gordon? What in the name of the Gordons, in the name of the show, is wrong with him? Forgetting me?
And I suppose, to a lesser extent, me too, Mr. Gordon?
No, just me, Blenheimor.
Yes, sir. We were also forgetting. Sorry. Can I start over? Sorry. Yes, sir. We were also. Sorry. One more time, sir. I'll get it this time. We were also forgotten about in the basement of Dolly Dreckelhuber's, sir. After all the arrests and the water flowing in, we were left to drown. And when they finally remembered to come back for us, they couldn't find the key to the basement, and Dalton Sullivan refused to tell the police where it was. We were just about done for, but escaped with mere seconds to spare when you see...
I thought I'd blotted it out. Don't remind me, Blenheimor. Remind me, Blenheimor, how did we escape again?
Well, after a brief meditation, Causland Daly says he manifested a key to his cage, also handcuffs, a cupboard that housed scuba gear, and a water key, the water version of a key, which allowed him to swim through the water to the door and use another key to open it. He even found a key to unknot the ropes that bound us, a key to a drawer with lots of smaller drawers inside, and another key to a lockbox with a spare key to the same lockbox inside on the outside.
I know that. I know that. That's two very long sentences from you, though, Blenheimor. I've told you the last time, and I'll tell you the first time, that the show isn't called the Blenheimor Gordon for a reason. It's because it's called the Night Gordon. And I'm that Samuel Gordon, Samuel Gordon. Now, as I was instrumental in helping Causland rescue us, I'd like to invite him on the show, live, and give him a little prize. The prize being the opportunity for him to have a chat with me. Welcome to everyone's favourite Causland Daily, Causland Daily.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure to be on the show, after being on it a few times this series already, and after working on the show for 5 years previously. Yes. It must be a real honour for you to finally be here. Now, we certainly have harrowing stories to tell. You were trapped in a cage in the dark basement of Dreckelhuber's for weeks. And let's not forget that I was tied up there for a few hours too, which some say was even worse. What was your experience like? Well, steered from the Coos Landing, I remember being out in the open air, not being trapped, being set upon by a gang of boys. Boys. Soon after, I was lying in a state of stone. It was here that the capture of me began, ending with the full capturization in a state of caged. Whoa. Take us back a bit. After the stings, what happened then? Well, after the stings, I was stung. I knew that much for certain. Through the cracks in my swollen eyes, I could just about make out a squirrel pointing over at me. Then half a dozen men appeared and threw me into what could only be described as a kier. A kier? Yes, a motor kier. A car. Getting back to squirrels, you've had previous issues with them, haven't you? A history of squirrels, so to speak. Well, squirrels have always shown up at negative points in my life. Nevertheless, I am a nature lover. I love all God's creatures, big or small. Except squirrels. I hate them. And come to think of it now, maybe bees now too.
But when have they shown up previously?
Well, when I was sent winter flowers in summertime, I was roiling. I looked out the window for some semblance of positivity, only to see a squirrel frolicking in the correct season's flowers. Well, that's a coincidence, surely. And then laughing and pointing at me. When I was left for maimed after I was beaten to a pulp by the Sullivans, I woke up to a squirrel offering me a helping hand. When I reached out to take it, he kicked me in the tooth and ran into a library. I'll need a fourth example to be fully convinced. Yes, I have one. When Buck Lazarus nailed me from the Tibetan monastery, I was in a satchel on his back, deep in meditation, about to uncover the wisdom of the ancients. As we navigated across the steep ravine, suddenly I was walloped on the forehead by a flying squirrel and shaken from my river eye. Okay, and so ends the squirrel segment of the show. Do you want me to continue the quick story of my capture? No. I've given you enough of a chance to talk to me. I did rescue you. If you have a meditation at some point, we can... Yes, I've got one on fruit. Now, this time of year, I like to surround myself with the fruits of the season. Now, just breathe in... Not now! Jeez! We want to do interesting stuff that we've lined up. We'll do it if we've time at the middle of the end of, or somewhere, if someone falls off something or, falls away. Speaking of fruit, let's turn our attention to vegetables. Cabbage, to be exact, and to the more exact, curly cupboards cabbages.
Feel sluggish after a hard day at the office, or nauseous after a night in the public house? Then you could do worse than try some curly cupboards cabbages. Grown with love and fields by a roadside, curly Copsworth's cabbages have that special something that makes you go, ooh. Packed full of cabbage, these cabbages will guide you through a winter's night to a spring day, loaded with Curly's guarantee of absolute cabbage goodness. These beautiful, crisp, golden brown cabbage leaves will leave your taste buds soaring like a vermilion duck on a wet mountain Thursday. And what's this? If you act now, Curly will give you 2 cups of cabbage water as a free gift, just for purchasing this freshly picked, composted cabbages. Wow, I know I will. So go ahead to your local grocer and pick up a head of Curly Copsworth cabbage, unless you don't want to, in which case Curly will personally deliver these cabbages to you on his little bike. Just on time for Christmas, but way too early for Easter, because that's the Curly way.
Oh, sir, Christmas cabbages for you, Mrs. O'Brien.
Thank you, Curly. Happy Christmas.
You too. They'll be lucky to get it. Oh, who else have we got? Cabbage for the Christmas, Mrs. Ball.
Just in time. Thanks, Curly. Well done on your Christmas delivery service.
Summer peddling and winter deliveries. 'Tis the Conley way. Merry Christmas, Mrs. Ball. That's number 62. There's one delivery left now. Farmer Fnuffkin. The cabbage for you, Mr. Fnuffkin.
Now, but in through the window there, Corey, like a good lad. Mind, Daisy!
Oh, Daisy. Oh, sick. Oh, sorry, Daisy.
Oh, not to worry. Well, not to worry, son. That was a very tired draw, Carl. You must be delivering for quite some time.
Oh, 16 hours non-stop.
Oh, you poor chap.
Actually, might I use your bathroom, Mr. Fnuffkin?
Oh, God, no.
You're sick, are you? Huh? Fine, then. That's very festive of him. Fine. I'll hop the gate and... Oh, Daisy! Daisy! You go back with my bike!
That was our annual visit to Curly Cupboard, the Christmas cabbaging cyclist there. Have you ever noticed, though, how all those cycling and handling of cabbages can play havoc with your cabbaging hands? Some hands have reported fingers that bristle like a bounced baboon. Others say that hands can't report anything, and it was actually the hand owners that were reporting the ailments. Luckily, we've got the perfect solution for you either way. It's palm softeners.
Flatness.
Flat palmers.
Flatness, sir.
Flat flatteners, is it?
Oh, palm flatness.
I know what it is, Blenheim.
Oh.
So to cure any hand bumps from here to Brazil, look no further than flam patners.
Sir?
Go to the ad.
Oh, yeah.
You're after mixing me up there, Blenheim.
I'm so sorry.
Why are you? Are your bumpy palms getting you down? Are you fed up of Peter Perfect Palms grinding his teeth at you as he holds his hands aloft in triumph? Do you thrust your hands deep in your pockets in despair as you dejectedly trudge back to your shame shack to contemplate what might be if only your palms were flat? Well, friend, despair and shame no longer. Reach for hope, reach for the best, reach for Pierre Pilsenberg's Palm Flatteners. If your bumpy, lumpy, humpy palms will allow you to grasp the box of these palm flatteners, you'll see that they are made from the finest Swedish cotton flax resin, attached to a stick made from the finest Swedish trees, and packed in plastic made from the finest Swedish pollutants. After a life of ridicule and disdain from his parents due to his incredibly lumpy palms, Pierre Pilsenberg, not his real name, travelled through Malmo, not the real place, seeking out others who felt his pain. Finding nobody, he lengthened, but not whittened, his journey, travelling throughout the Scandinavian regions, reaching palms and hoping against hope to find a ray of light. That ray came in the form of Ray Rasmussen, whose own palm disfigurement was legendary. Together, the two men strived to make right what once went wrong, and so Palm Flatteners was born. Simply roll the flattener over your palm bumps 7 times a day, 3 hours a 7, and see what happens. Show your palm bumps at the counter and get 20% off. Grab yours today, if you can. So go on, give your palms the Pilsenberg treatment and breathe life into your palm life. Remember, trust Pilsenbergs for that smooth, easy feel. Pilsenberg Palm Flatteners for the palms of a dove.
And it's straight to me, sports correspondent Vance Conrad, reporting from my desk. But join me now, reporting from a kitchen somewhere. Freezing weather conditions can spawn pastimes, and we've discovered a sporting one that marries the disciplines of swimming and freezing. I speak, of course, of snow swimming. And I'm joined now by Todd Lewis, who is both a snow swimmer and an hello, Todd.
Hello, Vance.
We understand that you're about to partake in a spot of snow swimming right now.
That's right.
It is correct, yes?
That's right, sir. Yes, that is correct.
But lovely.
That is correct.
Lovely. And how do you prepare for such a...
You may be wondering how I prepare for it. But all you've got to do is wait inside your door until it's winter. And then you wait for some snow. And when the snow arrives, you take off your clothes and you jump right in.
Oh, but is that not dangerous? Are you not opening yourself up to the possibility of hypothermia by jumping practically naked into a couple of feet of snow in sub-zero temperatures?
Oh, no, sir. No. You see, the anticipation builds up inside me all year round to such a high level that it sort of heats me to boiling point. I know I'm ready when I begin whistling.
Right. So like a kettle.
No, I'm fine, thanks very much. So by the time I leap into the snow, I've built up my own resistance to the freezing cold.
Well, we hear that you are seeking out bigger and better thrills. Is that correct?
If you were to ask me, is that right, sir? I'd say yes, it is, sir. That is correct.
Okay, and so where do you go from here?
Just got to step over the dog there now. Open the back door and spring into action.
Okay, and these bigger thrills, what do they entail?
Well, the entailing, the insulation, the entailing, the story of them is that I'm going bigger, better, and broader. We don't get snow all year round. So if they ain't bringing the snow to me, then I have to bring the snow onto them. I mean, I got to bring the snow to where I ain't. You follow me?
To where you ain't. So let me get this straight. So So you're going to source snow and bring it to a neutral location and then swim there.
No, you're not even close. This year, sir, I've set my sights on Mount Everest.
Ah, I see. So you're going to climb Everest.
Think on better.
You're going to climb it twice.
Think once more.
You're going to climb it in your trunks.
Think an extra bit.
I really don't want to.
Well, all right. See, I told you it. I'm going to be the first man to swim Mount Everest.
But that's impossible.
They said Superman was impossible.
Well, he is, Mr.
It's
Todd.
all got to do with the dynamics. All you got to do is apply your horizontal swimming technique in a vertical way.
Well, I've seen clips of the snow swimming. You can't really progress for any great distance due to it being thick and, well, compacted.
How dare you? I don't mind people who mock me personally, or even make fun of my ambition. But when you belittle snow, well, that, sir, is the final straw.
Well, I take it back, and I would like to personally apologize to snow everywhere. So I know you've been rearing to jump into your yard and take your swim, so, off you go. So, how did that feel?
It was brilliant. Never felt better. Never felt better. Felt warm, if anything. Oh, God, so cold.
Well, it certainly bodes well for your Everest attempt.
Does.
Cold, yes. But with it being winter and cold and the like, won't anyone think of the poor owls? Confused owls, to be exact. Luckily, I have. You all know how much I love a good charity, especially this time of year. We all like to do our bit to help those less fortunate here on the Night Garden with Samuel Gordon. I'm delighted to say that 40% of all proceeds from today's show will go to the Billy Lassiter Home for Bewildered Owls.
It's 100%, sir.
100% of what, Blenheimore?
Well, 100% of proceeds from the show and the song.
My song, my Christmas song that I worked long and hard at, all gone for nothing.
It is for a good cause, sir. These birds are very bewildered.
We all get bewildered, Blenheimore. I'm bewildered every day of the week working with you people. Present company included, of course. You still don't see me contacting Billy Lassiter to go live in his sanctuary and asking for songs to be written by other people for me. Birds can sing. Why don't they write their own songs?
But they're confused, sir.
Speak up, Blenheimore. You have to be a mouse to hear that.
Oh, well, the owls are confused. They're puzzled. It's hard to write an upbeat song during confusion. Plus, they're birds. They can't write.
Perplexed owls. Is that what I'm reduced to? All I ask for is my dignity somehow. Where's the gala luncheons and film premieres? Look, folks. Of course I want to help animals. I love animals. I really do. And I'd hate to see them damaged. It's just that they're so useless.
Well, most of our money comes from ads. Shouldn't we be cueing the ad?
Shh, Blenheimore. That reminds me that it's time for an ad. This week's show is sponsored by Badger Scarves.
Now that winter is upon us, have you checked your neck for warmth? Protect yourself from neck flu, neck chill, and trench neck with Badger Scarves, handmade by our team of badgers. We pick only the finest quality material from all over the place. Their unique 3-ply overlay systems will be sure to keep your neck snug this winter. The badger is not called the seamstress of the animal kingdom for nothing. Ha ha ha! Protect your neck from cold with warmth. Badger scarves. Those badgers are brilliant.
Thanks to Badger scarves there. Those badgers hands make all those wonderful winters. No, no, 100%. I'm fuming. I've gotten worse since before the ad, folks. We put in all the hard yards, and then the owls sit back and reap the benefits. Get Dan Spaniel out there to Lassiter's place. I want an in-depth report as to what the hell is going on.
No,
Yes, now.
but it's 50 miles away.
Well, you'd better get going then. I'll keep the show ticking over here until you get there, and we get to the bottom of this once and for all. I'll not be taken for a fool by confused birds. Never have, never will.
Perhaps we'll change tack. Take the focus off the birds for a bit. It really is freezing up outside.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's see how cold it's actually getting with our weatherman, Larry Larkin. It's a frosty one tonight, Larry, but just how much frost can we expect?
Sir, Larry's not there, sir.
Why on earth not?
You fired him last month. Said he was too old to realize what weather we were having.
No, so I did, yeah. Any chance he'd come back just for a few minutes to deliver one more weather? Now that I've teed it all up, without pay, of course. Like, where is he anyway?
Oh, well, sir, he was actually quite devastated, sir, and retired to a remote village high up in the mountains. Just in case you showed interest in his next movements, I did take the liberty of setting up a recording of the aftermath of his retirement. Would you like to hear it, sir?
I have to do a thing anyway, so yes. Play it while I set up the next part of the Christmas night, Gordon. Well, sir, you're miles away. Penny for them.
Any for what, sir? Oh, you mean for the pint, sir? I suppose that's the first bit of happy news I've had in some time. I accept, sir.
For your thoughts. Penny for your thoughts.
Do you pay me the penny, sir, or do I pay you the penny, sir?
I don't know. Look, it's just an expression. I'm just trying to make conversation here. What'll it be?
Be a penny, I suppose.
To drink.
All right. I'd have a large Jameson, a very small glass.
Right. There you go.
I've been a weatherman, sir, for the last 43 years. Men and by. Weather's all I know, like. But the minute you turn 65, sir, out the door you go. You're on the heat.
Didn't you have any family to support you?
So I never married, sir. Weather's my whole life. Dedicated my whole world. Noticing the slightest fall in a barometer. I could tell the weight of a single speck of rain, sir, by simply listening. By capturing it, and then by weighing it.
Here, so how did you end up in this tiny village?
But I grew disillusioned, sir. I hope to re-illusion myself away from the city, from the big town. Retired to a remote place, sir, where I could live in peace, and perhaps still pursue meteorology as a hobby.
Okay, and how are you finding the place so far?
Oh, sir. I'm sorry about that. I'm
Really?
settling in nicely, sir.
Really?
No, not really. This has been an unmitigated nightmare. You see, there was a mix-up with the moving in, and I finally handed the key, sir. Wrong one. Then when I got the replacement, sir, they fell out of my pocket, fell off in the mountain. Then I got a third set. The door became locked. The heating didn't work, sir. I had no hot water. That I've even started smoking again now, because of the pressure, the anxiety, and for a bit of warmth.
Okay, seems like you've had a tough time. Okay, here we go. This one's on me.
Much appreciated.
Can you pay me?
You just said it was on the house.
Yeah. The ice cube, not the drink. God.
Oh, if I get something for free.
Look, you seem like you're at a low ebb, okay? So you may be in luck. See that table by the fire over there? With the people sitting at it all wearing glasses that make their eyes look way bigger than they should be.
Couldn't miss them.
Well, they're part of a weather society. They meet here every week to discuss weather trends, predictions, shipping forecasts, all that shit.
Maybe my luck is about to turn after all. About time.
And his head got trapped in a monsoon.
Sorry to interrupt mid-laugh. My name is Larry, sir. I've just moved here. I've got a keen interest in weather. I'm wondering, could I possibly join you?
I think that should be okay. Yeah, yes, folks.
I did still have 5 laughs left.
So, why not? I'm sure we'll laugh again at some point.
Jim just has to finish up his laughs.
That's mighty. But I was just wondering, as it's getting wintry, how would you handle the cold that will inevitably come our way? What are winters like here?
Well, we get a lot of cold usually. Cold snaps, cold days, cold nights, falls of cold, cold weather, cold...
Whoa. Wait a second. Balls of cold?
Oh, yes. Hold it. Yeah, some quite heavy at times too, especially in the more mountainous areas of the mountain. Of course, the kids love making cold men and throwing cold balls.
Sorry, I'm really not following this. Can I ask how you monitor the temperature here? With my background in meteorology, sir, I have several tools that I can use. The most common is by far the Stevenson basic thermometer, etc. I'm just wondering what ye use.
We wouldn't have anything like that now. That's fancy. We just listen for heat.
You listen for heat, sir. How do you do that, sir?
Well, this time of year, you'd be listening for nothing. If you can bear the nothing, then you know it's cold. Cold doesn't have a sound, but warmth has a sort of clickety clackety click to it, quite horse-like in the trotting of a wooden plank sense, sound-wise.
Do ye use Fahrenheit, sir, or Celsius?
Cell? What?
I don't know what you mean by Fahrenheit, but you can't get one much further up than up here on the mountain. This is nearly as Fahrenheit as it gets.
So you don't use Celsius either. Fahrenheit. None of them.
Celsius. The horse is the main unit of measurement here. We have an old saying: the cold is so deep it would be as quite far up on a horse. Or it's the big horse that sees the small horse, and the small horse that sees the big. But it's a bit harder to see both of them when it's cold.
And that is, if you ride a horse out of the cold, you'll ride him right out of it. The larger the cold, the colder the cold to a horse also brings true to this time of year.
When
you hear the
clip-clop
stopping,
the
temperature is dropping. Hop on a horse and away known as light, in the day or the day or the day or the night. When you can measure in horses, you measure it right, in the cold of day or the day or the night.
Let me get this straight. You think snow is called cold, and you measure temperature in horses? I need to step out for a few moments. I'm bound to get more sense out of these young ones here. Hey, young lad, come over here. What are you getting of Sandy?
I'm getting a duck reddener and a milk magnifier. Yeah, I love making milk look bigger than it is.
Yes, mother. Oh, how about you, little girl? What are you getting? Anything normal?
A bubble duster. And
Abba?
a bubble duster. It's a duster that's so light it will allow you to dust bubbles. And a warp-taggling semaphore enrichment band.
What a second what and semaphore enrichment. Well, what kind of twisted fantasy land have I ended up in?
Oh, look, it's scolding.
What in the hell is wrong with you people? There's nothing happening. It's just a bit cold. Are you all mental? I'll show you. Will you stop? You're throwing nothing at each other. Nothing. You're doing pointless things. Stop it now.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that you haven't noticed that we've changed location. We are now in a cabin. Not just any cabin, the cabin of one Clovis Abner.
Clovis Abner, bird fighter extraordinaire.
Ordinary. The listeners know that, Blenheimore, because I was just about to tell them. Clovis, what have we got here?
It's my hunting cabin and my house here. And if we enter the Hall of Heads, you'll see the Hall of Heads. All my nemesises over the years are here. Well, at least they're heads. I've had my many bird enemies in my time, many tangles, many tussles. But I'm happy to say that no matter how big or small the foe, I've bested the majority of them. One or two may have escaped, but look, I've got the trophies to prove it. There's heads of sparrows, the mighty wren, even house martins. These are the ones that are dead.
We had made that observation due to the fact that they are just heads.
And I've got a head and a body, which by contrast means
That you're alive?
that I'm winning.
A lot of people think birds, bewildered or otherwise, are brilliant. But happily, you can tell us that they can be pests, menaces, and they're not always deserving of free songs and 100% of the profits.
I've been in direct warfare with birds for well over 27 years, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Quite a lot of them are vengeful, spiteful, spite-ridden vengefornados.
But they're just little birds, some might say. What possible harm can they cause, more might say? Tell us the true twisted nature of these airborne assailants, and be as graphic as possible, I might say.
Well, try this on for size. Stealing my cows, setting my stables on fire, switching the tires on my pickup with my bicycle tires.
The birds did that?
Yes, birds did it. So I've developed this.
A sideboard?
Sorry, wrong room. Step into this right room. I've developed this catapult-like device.
Catapult-like? I'm sorry, Clovis, but what is that exactly?
It's catapult-like. It's like a catapult. What it is a catapult is what it is.
What do you do? Fire missiles, rocks, stones, that type of thing, is it?
Rocks, stones at them. Ha! I fire myself at them is what I fire at them is what I fire. Launch myself into the sky and engage them in aerial warfare, just like my forefathers would have done.
With all due respect, Dad, don't you think that's a little bit extreme?
I'll ask the questions, Blenheimore.
Oh, certainly, sir.
But still answer the one Blenheimore asked just this one time.
Extreme? If anything, it's not extreme. If you were being bombarded and dive-bombed by rabid sparrows every night, or the ferocious wren had used their nesting material to build a fort from which to launch their midnight raids, you might want to take flight too.
Look, I'm out to get birds now too, and really want to paint them in a bad light. But launching yourself into the sky, don't you get hurt?
Hurt? as if, yes, indeed I do. I've been very hurt. Ear failure, shattered eyebrows, broken lungs, sprained smile even, nose bunions, feathered elbows on another occasion, a parsniped head from repeatedly landing in the vegetable patch. I've had it all, but it's worth it. Worth it for the sleight of flight and to see the shocked look on their tiny little faces when my massive face meets theirs in mid-flight. Then I look them dead in the eye and say, I'm a man, and I'm up here with you, and they turn their beaks away in disgust, not able to go. That makes my plummet all the more satisfying. The body damage is a distant second to mental glee.
Mental is a very appropriate word here, I feel.
Let me show you this. The triple catapult with extra force. I tried it with my good friend Larrabee Walton, and he landed 6 towns over. When I did it with Albie Fnurfs, he landed in space. With the right team and something this powerful, we can rid the world of birds for good. Join me now. Here's a satchel of weapons and explosives, and I'll strap you in now with these 5 belts.
Back away, Blennermore, back away quite quickly.
These are lovely. A bit like the straitjacket I used to have to wear. I'll buckle you up nice and tight.
Should we perhaps go a bit faster, sir?
Run, Blennermore, run! Smelling fruit can be very therapeutic. I spent 10 days smelling a prune recently, and I can say that I was definitely therapeuticized. Now, if you can smell the smell that would be yours if all of these smells were the smells of those fruits that surrounded you. Now think of the fruits that surround you physically and contrast all the smells nasally. Breathe in deeply. Let your inhale float to the top of your head and hold it in the lungs of your brain. Fill your mind with elderberries and grapefruit and even a hint of watermelon if there's room. And now imagine a different fruit. Let the breath air of this fruit air fill your mind to Boseland Point. Now, one last soft, sharp, slow suck in. Encompass all the fruit you can muster nasally. Grab as much fruit smell as you can air smell and bring it to the midpoint of your brain point. All the fruits of the forest, if you can't find any, find some quick and bring that up to the very point of Boselands. Now bring it up a bit further, up to the tops of the tips and the pips of your brain, and up beyond Boseland Point, and bam! That's what you get for taking advantage of us nearly being captured by a madman. Is Dan Spaniel at the Bewildered Owl Sanctuary yet? We need to find out what shady dealings they're up to. Owls can't just go run off with my song and the prophets. Something's amiss, Blennermore. Something's not right. We need...
Hey, sir, he's about 10 minutes out.
What on earth? Did he stop for sprouts or something? Okay, well, with it being Christmas episode, let's lighten the mood and increase the festivities with a fun Christmas Samuel special festive quiz. Our guest must take on himself in a series of questions. Can he beat himself and win the prize?
Oh, here he is now, sir. 44 Mulqueen.
You're not supposed to say it yet.
Oh.
I have a whole introduction to build the excitement. Despite Blennermore, I'm going to say all the stuff I wanted to say anyway.
No. But no. You didn't tell me anything about it, sir.
Do I have to tell you everything about everything all the time? It's about time you talk for yourself, Blennermore.
That's what I did do. You still have a problem with it. Sir. Sorry.
You're on very thin ice, Blennermore. Very thin ice. Which is surprising considering how cold it is outside.
Quiz, sir?
Quiz, yes. Over a month ago, we sent out a message to you, the listeners, to write into us and tell us why you feel you would be the best candidate to win our star prize. The standard was very high, but we quickly whittled it down to an even 1. As luck would have it, the winning winner is my nephew Sydney's best friend, Fortifer Mulqueen.
Oh, yeah. All right, mate. Thanks. Yeah.
Now, Fortifer, you only have to answer 5 questions to win our star prize, which is a guided tour around the building, led by the one and only myself. You will also win a year's subscription to the magazine that I'm half thinking of writing.
And there's also a 2-night stay in the 5-star Viscount the Brunswick Arms Hotel.
No, I don't think. Look,
Huh?
he's a good friend of Sydney's. We can make an exception. A weekend for one.
It's 2, sir.
Ah, come off it. Right. Okay, a weekend for 2, but only because of who he is. We're not usually this generous and... Oops, I almost gave the game away there. Let's start off easy as pie. Question 1. What is the name of the show? The show? The name... What is the name of the name of the show?
Look, mate.
Come on! Hold on a second. The name of the show. This is as easy as they get.
Listen, mate. I don't know. Okay?
Alright, okay, we'll put that one down to brain failure. Question 2. The show is called The Night Gordon with...
With lights?
Oh, The Night Gordon with...
I don't know. With bells on?
How come? This is ridiculous. You entered a competition and now you don't even know the name of
Look, mate. Look, right. I didn't enter a competition, mate. Right? You rang me up and you said to me that you'd have me on to win.
Okay, he's obviously forgotten, folks. Forgotten even entering the competition. Let me phrase the question in a way that you'll definitely get it. What is my name? My name? My name? What is my name?
Look, mate. It was bloody last time, right? I don't know. Okay? Because I don't actually listen to your show. You know?
What are you saying? I think you owe me an apology. Nobody doesn't listen to me or know the name of me and my show. Nobody.
Well, you can think of me as the first, alright? And certainly it won't be apologising. I'm too busy going out to parties, chasing the skirt, you know.
Okay, you've drawn it on yourself.
Do your worst, Gordon Knight. You've got nothing on me, mate.
It's
Right?
Samuel Gordon. How dare you not know me?
Look, we finished here, right? Because I've no interest in you, your stupid prize, and I am missing a right party, right? A right end of year soiree at Longdon Silk's place. So, I'm off, mate.
Okay. Perhaps I'll change your mind with the next question. A little question I like to call 5 years ago when you were Christmas house sitting at my nephew Sydney's coastal house.
My God. Alright. Okay, look, just relax, right? I'll take it all back. I'd actually love your prize. You
Too late. Nobody doesn't know me on my show. Nobody. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Except it does. A Samuel scorned has as much, if not more, fury.
No, please, mate. Listen, I beg you. Begging you, mate.
Okay, I'll throw you one lifeline. If you can answer the question correctly, I won't broadcast this segment across the airwaves.
Alright, agreed. Agreed.
While staying at my nephew Sydney's coastal house, you were awakened to the sound of an explosion. Quickly, you placed your feet into his slippers and ran outside to witness the whole dock ablaze. Slipping on ice and tripping on debris, you plummeted onto a ship, causing it to spin uncontrollably for several days, killing 10,000 innocent fish and the wily old sea captain dying of the pukes, in an incident that became known as the Slipper Tripper Spinner Massacre. No culprit has ever been found. For months after, dolphins were said to be heard weeping into their sea. Your question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are Sydney's slippers?
What? How much? What the bloody hell, mate?
Press broadcast, Blennermore!
That's not even... No! Don't do it, mate! Don't!
You've no idea how this works, do you, sir?
Just launch it, Blennermore. Now, we'll go to some ads, and we'll be back just in time for the arrest. Live here on The Night Gordon with Samuel Gordon.
Are you tired of blistering your toes to bits? Or snapping your ankles during quiet country strolls? Well, shatter no more! Wallace's Wonderful Wellies provides you with an inner layer of Wellington, protecting you from an outer layer of everything else. no matter what the danger, be it sticks, Wallace has you covered. For a limited time only, Wallace guarantees to protect you from up to 4 ailments, be it knee fall, shin give, toe failure, and one more ailment. Don't feel down of heel or blue of soul. Hot-footed over to Wallace's and you won't know your legs. Wallace's Wonderful Wellies. Give your legs the Wallace treatment.
What an arrest there, Fort for Mulqueen. Ha! One of my favourites so far. Now, I'm delighted to say that Dan Spaniel has finally arrived at the Billy Lassiter Home for Bewildered Owls. Let us go to him now. Finally.
Well, he's having trouble getting past the ostrich guards. They're actually checking his ID at the moment.
I'm a fully grown man with a man's ID. I'm allowed in at the behest of the people who sent me here to investigate some things on a legal footing in relation to a song and profit percentages and the legitimacy of the bewilderment of owls of all codes.
He's still not in.
Well, ostriches are notoriously security conscious, sir.
Shoe size 10.
We're using up our whole repertoire of material, waiting for him to get in and do some investigating. He's supposed to be doing something. We've only Thrilling Tales left. Let's go to it now, and he'd better be owling when we get back. Otherwise, we'll have to continue the show after it ends.
Yeah, follow us through this creaky old door to the world of Thrilling Tales. This special Christmas episode is entitled The Haunted Ghost of St. Spinnigan's. Here we meet a man.
What are you doing, Glenamore? I got sidetracked for a few seconds strategizing the rest of the show, and you start thinking for yourself, trying to say my bit. Do you know who says my bit? Samuel Gordon says my bit, and I'm that Samuel Gordon, Samuel Gordon.
Of course, sir. Just trying to fill dead air.
Well, keep it empty in future. I'll tell you when it needs to be filled and by how much. So, folks, join us through this creaky old door to the world of...
It was 3 days before Christmas, and I had been sent to the village on pony and trap to pick up the last of the supplies. My father was busy degoosing the turkeys, and my mother was in the drawing room practicing her jiu-jitsu. The snow lay heavy on the ground as I prepared for my first solo journey. They said that I was a mere slip of a lad of 16, but as I was still 15, you can imagine how much more of a slip I actually was. No matter my slippy levels, I was determined to do a good job. Off I set on my lone mission, just me, the horse, the cart, and a large canvas sack. All 4 of us were glad to round the corner at Bounders Bridge, and we looked forward to warming ourselves by the fire of the nearest establishment. I say we, but it was really only me going in, and at a push, the bag. The others would stay outside and keep watch.
What are we keeping watch for?
I asked. Doing the voice of the horse helped me pass the time and keep my mind off the cold. Look, horses don't go shopping, I replied sternly.
How do you know we can't? You've never even let me try.
I didn't say you can't. I said you don't.
No, now we're into semantics. I've been saving up my pocket money all year. I'd love to go shopping. I brought you here, didn't I? It would be extremely disappointing after traveling all this way if you won't let me go in.
Look, okay, I'll see what I can do, okay? But it's highly unorthodox. Wait, who's keeping watch of the cart then?
The bags will do it. No, we won't. You promised that we could go in before the horse ever kicked up a fuss.
I can't leave the cart here by itself in the main street. I'll push it up towards the school, outside of the way, and park it outside. Oh, my back! Oh, my back! Oh, my back!
Oh my God, what an idiot! I'd have done that for you, no bother.
Shut up!
No!
Look, you're on very thin ice. One more step out of line and you...
Oh yeah? And what are you gonna do?
You want a piece of me? What the hell am I doing? I'm fighting myself as a horse, fighting myself as me, and also being a bag. Must be brain freeze. Plus my face is frozen from ear to ear. We reached the shop, and strangely, the horse was let in without incident. The bags, however, were told to wait outside. We filled the bags quickly and headed back to the cart outside the school. A thick, freezing fog had begun to descend, and we were eager to get back home before dark. We were shocked to see an old woman of about 80 running circles around the cart at an alarming rate.
Oh, you've done it now.
Done what now? I asked, briefly forgetting which voice was actually mine. The woman stood in confusion before completing 2 more laps around the cart.
You parked an empty cart outside the school. Some time ago, there was a boy who, at Christmas, was left alone in the school. His father, being a cruel sort, would park his empty cart outside the school to torment the boy. Without the horse attached, he had no way of getting home.
Told you. You're not supposed to lift it yourself.
That's right. So the boy would stare out the window all over Christmas, longing to be at home, enjoying the festivities. Now that you have done that same thing, you have awakened the spirit of that same boy.
Did he die?
I suppose. I'm not rightly sure. Regardless, you have served a bitter reminder to this today. They say this ghost still roams the corridors of Stain Spinnigans, staring out the window at this time of year, hoping against hope to see a horse-drawn carriage parked and waiting to take him home.
If you don't know that he's even dead, how is he even a ghost?
Oh, they say he's haunted. The boy's haunted by a ghost. The ghost is, haunted. Yes, haunted. He's a haunted ghost. You'll never get past Baldwin's Bridge. Never!
And with that, the woman spun into the fog, disappearing in a circular fashion. We paid little heed to the old woman's ramblings, attached the horse to the cart, and off we set. Easing our way through the thick fog, we reached the edge of the village, only to realise that we seemed to be at the opposite end of the town. Doubling back, then trebled back, the other way, and thought about quadrupling before we realised that we were hopelessly lost. We're going round in circles, just like the old woman. I've got a compass in here somewhere, said the bag. Great thinking, bag. Aha! Right. We know home is east. What are we at now? Sextupleting? Back the other way? I don't think it's called sextuplet. We must be close. We must be. You're confusing me now, but I'm confusing myself, but you're confusing me, horse. But I'm confusing myself, but the bag is not really confusing me, but we must be close to the bounders. We must be. Whoa! That word was to signify the horse and cart was teetering on the edge of the embankment by Boulder's Bridge. We could hear the rushing water below in the fog. We could see nothing. If there's one thing I hated, it was teetering on the edge of something. No, give me flat open spaces any day. I tried in vain to free us from our plight, but the more I tried, the more we teetered. There couldn't have been much more teeter left before a fall would happen. I pulled, I dragged, I spoke to the horse, I spoke as the horse, but to no avail. He just couldn't get his footing. But maybe the old spinning lady was right. We never would make it back to Bounder's Bridge. When we had just about abandoned all hope, a silhouette emerged from the misty haze. And not just a silhouette. It was also a person. A small person It was a 10-year-old boy of about 12. Quick as a flash, he slid under the cart, taking the reins with him, bounced off a tree, toppled down the embankment, never to be seen again. Oh, it was terrible. It really was. The banging and ball got his head just off the rocks. Oh, or so we thought. He rose up with an almighty surge, pulling the horse and the cart with him to safety. Who are you that are so skilled in the art of falling and then rescue?
I'm the boy from the school.
So you're not a ghost then?
I'm definitely not a ghost. Why would you think that?
You certainly have some unearthly powers.
Nah, I can't promise you that. All the powers I have are earthly
The
ones.
boy told us that his father did abandon him in the school every Christmas, and that this year his father had gone a step further and ran away from home. He asked if my family would take him in, but just as we reached the gate for home, the boy, he disappeared. The poor chap had fallen down the gap between the horse and the cart. I pulled him up, and he seems to be all right. Just a bit of a daze, or just dazed, some kind of daze, a daze of a dazed type. My parents warned him straight away, and that is how we took in the haunted ghost of Saint Spinnigan.
Surely to God, Dan Spaniel is in there now.
I'm here at the Billy Lassiter Home for Bewildered Owls, and it's here that Lassiter himself houses owls of a bewildered nature. As we are funding a charity drive for this very Billy Lassiter Home for Bewildered Owls, we need to get up close and personal to make sure that our money is not going to waste. Ah, here's the man himself here, Billy Lassiter, Home for Bewildered Owls. What makes an owl bewildered? How do we know they're not just, trying to solve a puzzle or something in their head?
We use several indicators to check the mood of the owls. You've got the shrieks, peaks, birds, and the beaks. They're all indicators. The flight, the height, you've got the dark and the night. Are they smooth operators?
That's a lovely poem. Now, about the owls. How would you go about bewildering one of these owl fellows?
We don't want to confuse them. Right, so you want to rehabilitate them. Allow them to flourish, before releasing them back into the wild.
Release them? Why are you holding them captive? I thought you were supposed to be helping them.
I don't think you understand, mate. Look, right, you take this Belsass owl here, for instance, right? We found him under a hedge, measuring sawdust and chasing after mice that weren't even there.
And you noticed this? Took him in and wanted to see what other crazy stuff he get up to. I can see why. It sounds like a right laugh altogether. But how does that help the owl? Where is our money actually going here?
We need to house, feed, nurture, and rehabilitate all these birds. I can't do it all by myself.
Well, why do it at all then? I mean, you can't very well put your name to something and then constantly look for loads of other people to help. If that were the case, you'd have to call it the Billy Lassiter, Samuel Gordon, Sir Frederick Brongaloon, and the staff of the Night Garden and Friends Home for Owls that act weird. And then are then captured and held in captivity against their will and released back into the wild randomly.
Bye, Mr. Spaniel.
I feel we're onto something for your folks. Lassiter didn't like my line of questioning at all, but I'm not giving up just yet. Here's some owls. I'm gonna sneak in round the back. What's this? A great horned owl and some other lad. Oh, they are big boys. And look at this, flying around and they're in the element. No bemused owl would ever have such a laissez-faire attitude. Now look, the minute they see me, they act all confused. No. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes, buddies. I'm going to blow this operation wide open. Get up! Get up, Lejean. Act normal and stop pretending. You're not fooling roving reporter Dan Spaniel. Get up! Oh, no. That lad is looking at me. Finally, a bit of eye contact. Yes, now flight. Now being attacked by loads of them. Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! This may have been a mistake. Oh, for the night, Gordon. I'm dead. Ow! Abort! Abort! Abort the charity! Give him nothing! Give him nothing! Ow! Ow! Owls!
That's it. I'm taking the whole thing back. The song is going back. The very song that I hummed into existence last month. And Blenheimore just put the finishing touches to by adding lyrics and music. And I'm delighted and honoured to say that we have a very, very, very special guest in Lola DeMarque to sing us out. Hello, Lola. I know it's very cold outside, but it's nice and warm in the studio. Feel free to take off as many layers as you want. We wouldn't want you to overheat during the song.
I'm perfectly fine, thank you, Samuel.
Yeah, I know. I mean, would you like some milk or strawberries while I'm saying these words?
No, Blenheimore has given me everything I need. Shall I begin?
Blenheimore? Yes, begin. Very begin.
I hear the treetops glisten. I see the snowflakes whistle. I feel the twinkle in his eyes. Il est mon amour, mon chouchou toujours, mon Irlandais de la vallée.
Oh, what a song! And we're going to end our Christmas show with a new tradition: a Christmas kiss. Blenheimore has got one from Lola there live, and now it's my turn. No, a second for Blenheimore. Now, no, a third for Blenheimore. She obviously has us mixed up. It's all me all confused.
I certainly do not, Samuel.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, happy Christmas. Yeah, Christmas too. Yeah.
Lola.
I got all your money back from the owl.
And the night garden with Samuel Gordon. Show me. Did you get it all back?
Yeah. I'm hurt here.
Let's celebrate. And everyone's invited.
What are we going to do?
We'll go to midnight mass.
Yay! Here. Oh!
Hello? I'm still bloody well here, mate. Oh.
Hello? I think I'm trapped in the organ.